Hello and welcome to the Collegiate Sports Network for tonight's game between the Wichita Collegiate Spartans and the Cheney Cardinals. The Spartans come in as the 8th seed on the road against the 1-seeded Cheney Cardinals. It'll likely be an uphill battle all night long for the Spartans, but we've seen stranger things happen. The Spartans have already knocked off a 1 seed this year in the midseason tournament, that being Conway Springs earlier in the year, when the Spartans picked up their second win of the season. Aiden, what's it going to take for the Spartans to pull off what would be a monumental upset tonight?
Yeah, when you're coming up against a team this big, this powerful, really what you got to do is just play good basketball and see, kind of just throw things at the wall and see what sticks. We were talking a bit about this game beforehand and just kind of what we wanted to see from these collegiate girls, and we talked a little bit about just kind of taking risks when it comes to taking open shots. If you're presented with the opportunity, just kind of throwing stuff at the wall, not wanting to take any major droughts on what might be your last game of the season. Just kind of, I think that'll be our best opportunity to try and get some points off, try and get some stuff to go, is just kind of taking risks. Do something, you got nothing to lose at this point, so just do everything you can and everything you can to win this game.
Yeah, and something we also talked about, too, a lot going through the season is just taking care of the ball. That will be a big factor for the Spartans tonight. If they can take care of the ball, get shots in the air, really anything can happen, but you can't turn the ball over and you can't let Cheney get out in transition. That will be big for the Spartans tonight. As we get ready to get going here from Cheney, Kansas, we will pause for the national anthem and be back for player introductions. Ready for starting lineups as Tatum Downing gets introduced into the game for the Spartans. She was out for a couple of games due to concussion protocols. She is back in the lineup, though, and ready to go for the Spartans tonight, as she has been the past couple of games. Spartans will be hoping she will provide them with a steady hand on offense. And Julia Herman now checking into the game for the Spartans. She will be the player that the Spartan offense has to flow through tonight if they have any kind of success.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times when collegiate are going to win in games like this, it comes down to her ability to score, her ability to get open. When you're kind of just throwing stuff at the wall, trying to get stuff to go, it's still very important to get it into a consistent scorer like her.
Checked in for the Spartans, Kaylee Villagomez. She'll be playing to hopefully make this not her last game as a Spartan. Lone senior on this team for collegiate, and finally checking into the game for collegiate is Maddie Turnez. She's done a good job handling the ball and getting big shots when the Spartans need them. Late in the going, she had a clutch performance against the Rose Hill Rockets to help them come away with that win.
Yeah, in a situation like this, you really only have one senior. For most of the girls on our team, we have a long couple of years left to get kind of just some more results. At this point, really, you just got to do your best to keep morale up, just play it as hard and as well as you can.
It'll be 2 seniors and 2 juniors in the lineup for Cheney, with 1 sophomore rounding it out. Cheney in the home white, trimmed in red, and the Spartans in the road blue. Official has the ball at center court. Spartans still conferencing at the bench. Julia Herman will be jumping center for Collegiate. She'll be opposed by number 2, Peyton McCormick, a 5'8" senior. Julia Herman certainly has the height advantage as the official checks both sides, takes the ball to center court. Make sure both players are set. Ball tipped in the air, and here we go. Spartans have the first possession after Julia Herman wins the tip. Tatum Downing taking it up for Collegiate. Downing dribbles off to her right, gets it into Herman. Herman at the high post, tried to get the pass into Turnez, turned over. Ball
Quick
now
turnover
into
by
the hands of
Collegiate.
McCormick. McCormick in transition, quick layup, no good. Herman comes down with the rebound. So Cheney gets a little bit over-aggressive in transition, and the Spartans get it right back with a chance to set up once again on offense.
Cheney went right up against a couple of defenders by Collegiate. Not the smartest move right there.
Downing dribbles off to her right, looking to cut into the lane, passes off to Turnez. Turnez fakes the 3, kicks it back out. Into the passing lane is Ayers. Ayers out in front of the pack in transition, lays it in.
Quick move transitions off the turnovers. That's something Collegiate's going to have to watch for the rest of this game.
Yeah, Aiden, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. You can't turn the ball over and let Cheney have good looks in transition like that one. Spartans are going to have to be able to get quality shots up tonight. Turnez dribbles the ball right to the top of the key, pulls it back out. Spartans struggling to get the ball in early on. Turnez on the left side, now dribbling into the paint. Touch pass off to Conrad. Conrad on the right side, picks up her dribble, looking for help. Gets it out to Turnez on the right corner, tries to dribble baseline, met by a defender, tipped out of bounds off of Ayers. It'll stay on this end for the Spartans.
Collegiate, once again, really struggling to keep a handle on the ball at this point. Already 2 turnovers so soon into the game. Trying to control the ball to get another opportunity to shoot.
Conrad gets the ball out to Herman on the right side. Herman passes back to Tatum Downing at the top of the key. Downing dribbling downhill, takes it all the way to the basket, stops, kicks back out to Herman. Herman dribbles against 2 defenders, kicks out to Conrad for 3. Just rims out. Spartans had a good look at the lead that time. Going to be 5-on-4 down the other side of the court for Cheney as Downing is down on the other side of the court. Cheney takes the quick layup, no good. Herman able to effect the shot and come down with the rebound.
Great defensive move right there by Herman. Didn't get too aggressive, but affected the shot enough to not go in.
Conrad, deep pass into Herman, tipped away and stolen. Now into the hands of Black, who is fouled on the reach-in from Kaylee Villagomez. Got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, just a little bit too aggressive that time.
Yeah, you know, this is still Substate. These refs are still going to call a pretty tight game. You got to watch out getting too aggressive on these defensive plays right here.
Yeah, Aiden, that's something we talked about in the boys' game last night. Seemed like the officials tightened the game up now that the postseason has started. And we see it no different here in the girls' game as a holding call is going to be called on possibly Kaylee Villagomez. That could be her 2nd foul early on in this one.
And it is. Certainly don't want your only senior on the team fouling out too early. 2 fouls with still 5 minutes and 57 seconds left in the quarter.
Kaylee Villagomez will likely have to check out at the next whistle. Until then, she'll have to be careful. A couple of Spartans meet the driving Ayers in the lane. Comes away with the steal. Conrad in transition has the shot blocked out of bounds. It'll stay on this end. Spartans inbound under the basket. Spartans looking good on defense so far, though, Aiden.
Yeah, defense really a strong suit for them so far tonight, but they got to be able to compensate on offense if they want to win.
Herman gets around a defender, turns the corner, and lays it in. Spartans tie the game up at 2.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Black will take the ball up for the Cardinals as they'll have their first possession really in a half-court set. Spartans moving around a 2-3 zone. Cheney trying to shoot over it, unable to on the 3. Rebound, though, was momentarily secured by Batt until it was turned over into the hands of Conrad. Spartan defense holds strong once again, forcing Cheney to shoot over the defense. As the Spartans come away with the possession, now they'll have a chance to tie the game. On this possession, deep pass into Herman, finds her. Herman has to dribble it back out, gets it off to Downing. Downing on the right side. Herman up and under, fouled as she went up with it. She'll go to the line for 2.
this is some play style that I think Fiegel would be proud to see. They're really showing how defense can decide the outcome of a game. They're forcing some good turnovers and then turning it back, capitalizing, taking their time, setting up. This is some of the best offensive sets we've seen from Collegiate so far.
Herman's first free throw goes, and the Spartans have a lead now, 3-2. Herman's second free throw on the way, gets it to go, so Spartans out to an early 2-point lead, 4-2 the score, as they'll force Cheney into a half-court set once again. Black trying to dribble around the defense, goes up against two defenders, can't get it to go. Cheney, though, comes down with the offensive rebound, back out to Black. Black tried to get the pass away to Inslee, and it was turned off her hands, out of bounds. Another turnover on the Cheney Cardinals, playing sloppy right now in the Spartans with chances to take advantage.
Yeah, certainly don't want to get a little too overconfident going into this game. They were the by far favorites. I'm not going to call anything too soon, obviously, but you can't be playing sloppy like this at any point in any game.
Yeah, Aiden, 1 seed against the 8 seed, you tend to kind of let those matchups go at certain times, and the Spartans are taking the initiative early on. Ball into Herman, lays it high off the glass, no good. Good shot contest that time by Block, as Cheney will maybe look to slow things down on the other side of the court after being met by good Spartan pressure. Spartans still set up in that 2-3 zone. Cheney tries to swing the pass out, ball deflected, back past half court. It'll be out of bounds off the Spartans, but Cheney's going to have the ball about 75 feet away from their basket. And quick timeout taken by Sarah McCormick, trying to reset her team as the Spartans are out to an early lead, 4-2, halfway through this first quarter.
And really nobody's left wondering why they're taking the timeout at this point. That was a clear and very easy tip out for Turnez to get that ball away, almost resulting in a turnover. This is some of the best, one of the best starts we've seen for collegiate girls basketball so far this year. They're doing a good job on defense, forcing 3 turnovers already, only letting 2 points through, whereas on offense, they haven't quite been able to capitalize probably as much as they'd like to, but still, they're doing a much better job of getting open and getting opportunities to shoot.
Yeah, so far it's even at 3 turnovers on both sides, so Cheney certainly not doing the job to take care of it early in this going. The Spartans still have a couple of things to clean up, but you have to like how they're playing like they have nothing to lose, and that's how they needed to play coming out in this one, Aiden, and they've done exactly that.
Yeah, seriously, at this point in the season, you can be reckless. You can take shots when maybe, you see somebody contested, you might be able to set up for a better option later. Just take the shot. It might go in, it might go out. At this point, you got really nothing to lose.
Cheney has the ball back in, able to get it across the timeline. Ball out to Block at the top of the key. Now swung out to Inslee on the left side. Inslee looking for options, met by a double team. Pass back out. Now Black takes the 3, trying to shoot over the defense. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Hedstrom. So Spartans get the possession back, up to 3:49 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, however, that is the second time she's been able to take that open uncontested 3 so far tonight. She hasn't been able to capitalize so far, that being Reagan Black. But still, Collegiate's going to have to watch out for that. If she ever manages to catch fire, that could become a serious problem.
Cheney, for the first time, instituting a full court press. Spartans able to break it pretty easily, though, as Conrad gets it up to Turnez. Turnez resetting the offense near the top of the court. Dribbles the ball back out near the timeline. Looking to set up the offense. Cheney set up in a 3-2 zone.
Still holding it out.
Turnez dribbles to the top of the key, gets it off to Downing on the right side, swung around Villagomez. Villagomez top of the key, now back out to Downing. Downing going to reset near half court. Spartans just content to hold the ball right now. 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, dragging out the clock, it seems like. Trying to find their opportunity, still rotating around.
Downing gets it out to Conrad, now back out to Downing.
Holding it near the logo as
Cheney's going to start to bring a little bit of pressure here, this 3-2 zone. Ball into Herman in the middle of the zone, and she dragged her pivot foot. So pretty much an uncontested turnover that time for the Spartans. Bit of an unforced error leads to a turnover.
Yeah, interesting strategy right there. We saw Collegiate kind of hold it out at the logo, trying to burn as much clock as possible, it seems like.
Black with the ball, gets it up to Frieden. Frieden swung around to Ayers, takes the three, rattles out. Conrad comes down with the rebound. Cheney ice cold from shooting early on in this one, but you can't think that's going to stay for this whole game.
Yeah, you can't count on that being consistent throughout the rest of this game. You've got to rely on the fact that that they're going to get hot, and you've got to play as aggressive on defense as you possibly can to not let that happen.
Turnez double-teamed in the right corner, dribbles out of it to her left near the top of the key, now gets it back out to Conrad. Conrad heavily guarded by Black. Swings it back around to Downing, top of the key. Downing dribbles off to her right, gets it into Herman against two defenders. Pass tipped away and stolen by Ayers. Ayers running up against the pack in transition. Shot blocked by Herman. Downing fighting for the rebound, comes down with it. More good transition defense from the Spartans, and Coach Heath is going to take a quick timeout with his team up 2 on a solid defensive effort.
Yeah, solid defensive effort is right, but let's talk about this offense for a second. Collegiate has opted to take upon the strategy to kind of pull it out, take longer to set up their offensive plays here, trying to get it on the right side to Julia Herman. However, that's not really been working for them so far. They're struggling to push their way through. They're struggling to get it in without turning it over at this point in the game. And I think that's clearly why Coach Dillon decided to take the timeout at this point. You got to reset your offense. You got to be able to press back in a bigger variety of ways, because Cheney has already kind of adapted to your offensive strategy going into this game.
Yeah, Aiden, that's a good call. I think if you're collegiate, you need to keep Cheney on the back foot as much as possible. It seems like you've hit him in the mouth a little bit early on, and they've flowed better when moving faster on offense. When they've slowed it down, like you've said, it's given Cheney time to adjust and stop that ball from going inside to Julia Herman. When the Spartans have moved a little bit faster, they've gotten her a couple of open looks that's resulted in 4 points already. So if you can hit them a little bit faster, maybe some kind of transition look out of the press break, you can get something going. Spartans will try to break that press as Julia Herman gets the ball up to Tatum Downing. Downing breaks the timeline, but is quickly met by Black near half court.
Cheney changes up their defense.
Cheney now going man-to-man. Ball into Herman, lays it up off the glass and good. Herman gets it to go. Spartans now lead by 4. The score is 6-2, 1 minute 30 left in the first quarter. Bit of an errant pass finds the hands of Inslee. Inslee fighting against two defenders. Pass picked off by Julia Herman. Herman going to slow things down, kicks it up to Downing at the top of the court. Spartan bench getting into it.
Yeah, Spartan crowd getting it into it at this point. This is a game where...
pass to Herman. Herman lays it in transition on the pass from Downing. Spartans
Herman on fire.
Executing quickly in transition. 8-2 now. The score, a minute left in the first quarter. Cheney trying to get a quick answer. The three, no good. Tipped out of bounds off of Cheney. Spartan ball.
Spartan ball, 53 seconds left, up 8-2. Crowd really getting into this one. I mean, I can't blame them at this point. This is a game where really at no point did we think Collegiate would be up, and they are now leading by 6 good points. That is 2 possessions.
Aiden and Cheney just looks frustrated right now for the most part, just jacking threes up in transition, trying to get any kind of an answer right now to the Spartans, who have gone uncontested on the offensive end all of a sudden with quick in passes to Julia Herman.
Yeah, at this point, you just got to pray for some consistency.
Turnez moving the ball up against the press. Quick timeout called by Coach Heath, not wanting to turn the ball over on a 10-second call.
43 seconds left in this game. Really what you're looking at now is to hold this as consistent as you possibly can. With a team as good as this Cheney girls team, the last thing you want is for them to go on a long extended run in which they can really, honestly, make 6 points up in a matter of just a few minutes. That really isn't that much to surmount so far. So really the biggest thing that Collegiate can do at this point in the game is try and stay consistent, and most of all, play that good defense they've played all throughout this game so far to try and prevent them from kickstarting anything off too soon.
Yeah, and that's where the Spartans have really gotten going in this game, is on the defensive end. They are flying around the ball, flying into passing lanes, just disrupting Cheney in every single way. Cheney's only offense right now is to pull up for 3 in a couple of different areas of the court. Cheney hasn't been able to get anything inside. Ball into Conrad. Conrad looked for the pass. It was tipped. Gets it right back. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Spartans lead by 6. Conrad, errant pass to Monahan. Passed out of bounds. So a bit of an unforced error that time on the Spartans. Turns it over.
And we talk about Julia Herman being kind of the offensive core of this team, and she's really proving that tonight, having all 8 of collegiate starting points here.
Cheney picks up the ball near half court, gets it into Frieden. Frieden gets the pass away to Hedstrom. Looking for options, quick 3 on the way. Frieden, no good. Monahan fighting for the rebound underneath. Jump ball called. Possession arrow will favor the Cardinals. So the ball will stay on this end, and Cheney will inbound from under the basket as Kaylee Villagomez is quickly going to come back into the game for Lainey Conrad.
Yeah, you talk about this Cheney team being a little bit cold from behind the arc, and they're really showing it. I believe they are now 0-5 from behind the arc.
Pass into Inslee. Inslee tries to get the dump down pass to McCormick. Turns, shoots, no good. Herman comes down with the rebound. Spartans have 10 seconds here to get something before the buzzer. Downing gets the pass into Herman. Herman trying to dribble the lane. 1 second left. Going to have to get a shot off. Maybe got it off in time. Not going to matter. Bounced off the side of the backboard. But an excellent first quarter from the Spartans. Finds them with a 6-point lead as they are up 8-2 early on in this going. 8 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be really honest with you at this point. This is better than really anybody expected going into this game. This is one where Cheney offense is well known for being really solid from behind the arc, just kind of as well known as their boys team to just be a very solidly good girls basketball team. And at this point, they're really just not showing it. They've been really cold from behind the arc. I already mentioned 0-5 from behind the arc. Not being able to really get it inside or manage to control rebounds over, at that point, Clara Monahan and Julia Herman. And then when it comes to just offensive sets by Collegiate, they're doing a fantastic job getting inside, setting up good offensive sets to get it inside to Julia Herman, and who just has been getting everything she wants out of this game so far.
Yeah, it just seems like the Spartans have completely taken the initiative early on in this going. It's been fun so far as they lead 8-2. Have to keep your foot on the gas, though. We saw how things can turn ugly quick as the Spartans were down by 1 point only in the first quarter to Clearwater on senior night, and things got away quickly there. So the Spartans have to keep the foot to the metal to keep in this one. But a 6-point cushion early on, you can't be upset about that, especially against the 1 seed when you're the 8. Quick in pass to Herman. Herman lays it in off the glass. Spartans keep humming on offense as Downing finds Herman for another assist. 10-2 now, the Spartan advantage.
She quickly puts herself into double digits, 10 points early in the game.
We were talking a little bit before the broadcast, Aiden, how it's going to take a special performance from Julia Herman to do something for the Spartans, and she's doing that right now as Chloe Villagomez gets into the passing lane and steals it for the Spartans. Another turnover for the Cheney Cardinals.
This is a great performance by these girls so far tonight.
Carry called on Maddie Turnez. Just a bit of a ticky-tacky call that time as she turns it over on the carry. They say she kind of palmed it and carried it. Coach Heath looking for an explanation from the official as Cheney gets the ball right back here. 7:20 left in the half. Spartans lead by 8.
Hopefully that's not enough to turn the momentum away.
It won't be. Spartans come away with another steal as they hound Cheney near the 3-point line and strip the ball away. Maddie Turnez back with possession for the Spartans. Past half court and reach-in foul called on number 2 McCormick.
Collegiate looking to set up once again on offense, trying to find, as Cheney has kind of gotten accustomed to this 3-2 zone, which leaves the inside more open than we're used to. That's what's been allowing Julia Herman to get on the inside, as they now put in their tallest player, number 21, standing at a solid 6 foot to try and deal with this Julia Herman problem.
Downing gets the pass off to Turnez. Turnez dribbling into the zone, gets it off to Conrad. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound fought for. Herman had it momentarily, now being fought for. Loose ball on the floor. Players fighting for it, flying on the court. Massive bodies, ball tied up, and possession arrow favors the Cardinals, but you have to like the effort from the Spartans getting on the floor for the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You heard Coach Dillon calling for it, and I don't think there was a single player left standing after he did. However, it is interesting that it took them this long for Wellington to face guard Julia Herman.
Herman comes away with the block. Ball finds the hands, though, of Hedstrom, who lays it in.
Finally ending Cheney's cold streak as they are now picked up their first 2 points since the start of the first quarter.
Ball into Conrad, gets it back to Downing. Downing near half court. Dribbles right, gets it back off to Herman. And a travel is called on Julia Herman. Oh my. Official saying she picked up her pivot foot and walked with it. Herman was shocked that she was whistled for the travel. Spartan bench a little bit confused on that one. Cheney gets the ball right back into the hands of Black. Now Bat kicks it back out to Inslee. 3 on the way now for Cheney, drained by Reagan Black as Cheney starting to feel it from the field.
Cheney has quickly caught up momentum, bringing this game back into a one-possession game.
Ball tipped and turned over into the hands of Black just beyond half court. Black moving in transition, bumped by Herman. Herman comes away with the shot block and gets the rebound. So Spartans hold strong there on defense in transition and will now look to reset on the offensive end. Turnez with the ball just past half court. Dribbles to the left side, met by a defender looking for help. Finds a cutting Villagomez, momentarily tipped away. Herman now with it. Conrad for 3 right side, no good. Can't get the answer on the 3. Rebound though secured by Downing. Downing driving in against 2 defenders, lays it up off the glass.
Great do-it-yourself kind of a play. Julia Herman was beyond the half-court line, thinking the ball had gone the other way. Tatum Downing saw that, took it in herself. Great job to get the points.
Downing just did it herself that time. Black for 3 on the other side of the court, drains it. Cheney 3 for their last 3 from the field, cuts the lead down to 2. 12-10 the score, just under 5 minutes left in the half.
Coach Dillon calling for big hands right now. Cheney has found their fire, and you got to do everything you can to affect the shot.
Yeah, we said that cold shooting wasn't going to last the whole game, and now Cheney's starting to find it from the field as Herman connects from mid-range. A solid about 7-footer hits from Herman.
Brings the lead back out to 14 points. Collegiate consistently holding on to this, or 4 points, excuse me.
3 on the way, stepping into it was Inslee, can't get it to go. Herman comes down with the rebound.
Herman has been an absolutely integral rebounder so far tonight.
Downing now with the ball, gets it across the timeline, picks it up, looking for help, tries to find Conrad, who never was able to get to the ball as she steps out of bounds, trying to regather it. Spartans turn it over. 4 minutes left in the half. They lead 14-10.
Still a good showing by them so far, remaining in the lead. Cheney did find their fire from behind the arc, however, scoring 3 of their last 4 threes from behind the arc. That has got to be really dangerous for Collegiate. Just kind of proves how quickly they can come back into this game.
And all of those shots have been from number 1 Reagan Black, who has suddenly gotten hot. She was taking the shots in the first quarter too and was getting open looks, just hadn't hit, as a blocking foul called on the Spartans in the front court. Cheney inbounding from under the basket, looking for options. Running out of time, able to find the hands of McCormick. McCormick swings it back out, corner 3 on the way, good. Count the basket for Inslee.
This time by number 13, it seems like all of Cheney is finding their fire in this game.
Cheney has started to wake up and find it from beyond the arc. They've got 3 threes now in this one. Herman on the high post, kicks it back out to Monahan. 3 minutes 40 left in the half. Spartans lead by 1. The score 14-13. Monahan with the ball on the right side, dribbling against pressure. Kicks it down into Conrad. Conrad on the baseline, takes it back out, looking for some kind of help. Cross-court pass to Herman. Herman dribbles to the free throw line, takes the shot, high arcer, no good. Rebound fought for on the floor. Downing comes down with it, ball tied up. It'll stay on this end with the Spartans on the possession arrow.
Good job by Downing right there to control the rebound, control the jump ball. It kind of landed at her feet, almost out of bounds, but she managed to keep it together without falling out of bounds.
Spartans inbounding under the basket. Herman turns, shoots, no good. Rebound secured by Cheney, moving up quickly in transition now. 3-on-1 momentarily. Black takes it against Herman, blocked. Saved out of bounds by Kaylee Villagomez into the hands of Herman. Great effort that time by the Spartans.
Great move by the senior Kaylee Villagomez right there to keep the ball in play.
Downing gets the ball across the timeline, dribbles off to her right, gets it into Herman. Herman at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Downing, pulls the 3. Had it online, just missed a little bit short. Rebound into the hands of Black. Ball tipped in transition and stolen away by Kaylee Villagomez. Spartans come away with another steal as Tatum Downing will slow things down once again for the Spartans, who have stopped the bleeding momentarily on a quick run from Cheney on a couple of threes. Downing picks up her dribble, gets it off to Herman. Herman, absent-minded pass down court into the hands of Inslee. Inslee in transition. Shot affected by Julia Herman, who blocks it, and a foul on the rebound as Downing was able to secure it. The foul called on Frieden.
Herman quickly makes up for her mistake with a great defensive move, pushing the ball back in Collegiate's way. Collegiate only up by 1 point at this point in the game, but still 2 minutes 23 seconds left in the half, trying to stay consistent offensively.
2.5 minutes left in the half. Spartans lead by 1, 14-13. It's been an excellent first half for the Spartans right now on the road, trying to pull off a massive upset against the number 1 seeded Cheney Cardinals. Turnez gets the ball in, passes back off to Downing. Downing fighting for the timeline, gets to it, picks up her dribble, gets it off to Herman. Coach Heath barking out instructions, trying to get the offense set up here for the Spartans, which has stalled out the last couple of possessions. Downing dribbles off to her right, gets it to Herman. Herman fighting against pressure, high screen set by Villagomez. Herman jump pass to Monahan. Monahan pulls up from mid-range, no good, missed everything that time. And Black comes down with the rebound. Black cross-court pass into the hands of Batt. Batt passes back to Ayers. Ayers in pass now. Herman was unable to get to the block against Block as she lays it in. Cheney has their first lead now, up by 1, 15-14 the score. Turnez dribbles against the screen, knifes into the lane, off the glass, and good. Maddie Turnez
responds to the jeering Cheney crowd very quickly with an open floater.
Spartans lead by 1, 16-15, 1 minute left now in the quarter. High shot off the glass, no good on the shot from Inslee. Spartans come away with the rebound. Coach Heath imploring Turnez to slow down and get the ball across half court. She's able to do so, now setting up the offense. Herman sets a high screen. Turnez dribbles to her right, still met by Batt. Trying to find baseline, ball tipped on the floor and stolen away. Into the hands now of Ayers. Ayers in transition pulls up from behind the arc and drains it. 3 in transition.
Not something you commonly see, especially from a girls' high school team. Manages to get it to go.
28 seconds left. Spartans looking to answer. Monahan with the ball in her hands, gets it off to Turnez. Turnez on the left corner. Turnez dribbling against pressure, dribbles out to her right, to the top of the key, picks it up, gives it off to Downing. Downing tries to rotate it around. It was tipped. She regathers. 12 seconds now left. Downing near half court, gets it into Herman. Herman to a cutting Downing. Downing rises off the glass. Good. Tatum. Good. Downing. Spartans tie it back up. 3 seconds left. Cheney rushing quickly. Shot taken at half court, no good, and that'll send us to halftime as the Spartans head into the locker room with the game tied in Cheney.
The Cheney girls, which have been averaging 17 points a quarter throughout the year, have only scored 18 points against this Collegiate defense so far through the first 2 quarters of this game. Collegiate defense absolutely showing up for the world tonight in a game where everybody kind of went into thinking, this might be their last, not to call anything too soon. They are competing really, really well so far with these Cheney girls.
Yeah, and how about the field goal shooting from the Spartans too, Aiden? I mean, we've seen a couple of bank shots from Downing, Turnez, not to mention the stellar performance by Julia Herman, who has 12 in the first half.
Yeah, 12 in the first half. But the last time that these Collegiate girls upset the 1 seed as the 8 seed, we had Julia Herman 37 points and Tatum Downing following that up with a solid 6. Now we have Tatum Downing 4 points and Julia Herman 12. Both of these girls are showing up for their team tonight, really wanting this win. We're taking some of those risky shots, and we're getting lucky. We're getting them in. We just want to hold consistent throughout. There's no reason to consider this game over yet. You just got to stay in Cheney's head and continue to play hard.
Yeah, and also the Spartans not turning the ball over a whole lot. Turnover battle is relatively even between them and the Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually the story of these kind of days have been turnover. Collegiate still 9 turnovers on the night so far. Not an absolutely great number, but in comparison to some of their past games, it's a vast improvement whereas Cheney, they have a solid 9 as well on the night so far. Certainly not what you want from what is considered to be the one rank going into this tournament.
Yeah, Aiden, this isn't exactly the result we thought we'd see, but a welcome surprise at that as the two teams head into halftime tied at 18. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for what we hope will be just as exciting of a second half. So stay with us, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half here from Cheney as the two teams are tied at 18. Hello and welcome back to the Collegiate Sports Network as we get ready to start the second half here from Cheney, Kansas, as the Wichita Collegiate Spartans have it all knotted up with the 1 seed in Substate, the score at 18 points all, as the Spartans have to believe they have a chance at this game now after 2 quarters of really good basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just telling you, I don't think I've ever been so excited for a second half of a girls' basketball game. But contrary to that statement, you can't get too excited at this point. You know, you got to still play calmly and collectively, especially when it comes to this defense at this point. Cheney has started to catch fire, scoring, I believe, four of their last 6 threes from behind the arc. Doing a really good job kind of just catching fire, shooting consistently and openly. And if that continues as a trend throughout, Collegiate's going to have a really difficult problem. Whereas, we've seen some of the best defense from this girls' team so far, but unless they stay consistent, this game could go sour fast.
Just getting ready to get started. Both teams are out of the timeout. Cheney's going to have the first possession here of the second half, looking to avoid what would be a huge upset if the Spartans could come away with any kind of a win here. Officials not quite out of the locker room yet as they get ready. Spartan defense is what carried them through the first. Able to keep this game tied at 18, and here we go for the start of the second half and what will hopefully be a barn burner here from Cheney. Spartans fighting to keep it close, fighting to come away with a huge win. 3 on the way quickly by Black. No good. Rebound fought for, secured though by Cheney. Quick offensive rebound by Ayers. Kick out for 3. No good. Rebound fought for. Kaylee Villagomez comes down with it.
2 very wide open threes, both missed from behind the arc. Hopefully that halftime in the locker rooms kind of sent them started to really tighten in on Julia Herman.
Downing gets the ball into Herman. Herman beyond the 3-point line. Kicks it back out to Downing. Downing near half court looking to set up the offense. Downing did a great job executing the point guard role for the Spartans in the first half. Minimalized turnovers and got a couple of points to go, along with a couple of great assists to Julia Herman down low.
Collegiate very content to burn the clock as much as possible.
Downing, ball kicked out to Conrad. Conrad spinning against 2 defenders, gets the pass into Villagomez. Villagomez against 3 defenders, tries to kick the pass back out, turned over into the hands of Black. Black, deep pass down court to Ayers. Ayers puts it up in transition and lays it in.
Quick move in transition, just kind of a mindless mistake there by Collegiate, puts 2 more points up on the board.
Spartans were struggling with the inside-out play that time on offense, and it led to a costly 2 in transition for the Cardinals as they score first. Turnez now with the ball for the Spartans on the right side. Looking for options, picks up her dribble. Quickly met by a defender, ball kicked back out to Conrad. Conrad dribbles to her right, looking for options, into Herman. Herman lays it off the glass and good.
Quick response by Collegiate ties the game back up.
That's a big basket, Aiden. You get right back into the scoring column, get confidence back on your side after Cheney drew first blood. Good play for the Spartans there on the offensive end. Double team in the corner. Black gets around it, puts up a runner in the left
floater, and they were exactly right. Way to go with that smart move defensively from Collegiate.
Downing picks up her dribble, gets it off to Turnez. Turnez in pass to Herman. Herman went up with it and is fouled. She'll go to the line, trying to put the Spartans back ahead.
This is Collegiate's opportunity to get ahead in this quarter, continuing the trend from the last half.
Foul was called on number 21, Hedstrom, for the Cardinals as Herman goes to the line for 2 free throws. First one up on the way, no good, missed off the back iron. 2 new Cardinals checking into the game. It will be Block and Bat checking in for Hedstrom and Black. Herman at the line, still with a chance to put the Spartans ahead. Gets it to go. Spartans regain the lead. Now 21-20 the score, 5:38 left in the third quarter. Inslee takes the ball up for Cheney as their hottest shooter is on the bench. That's Reagan Black. Cheney gonna have to find offense from other options. Ayers for 3, no good. Rebound fought for underneath. Ayers fought for her own rebound. Got to it. A couple of Spartans were there to tie it up. Possession arrow keeps it on this end with the Cardinals. It'll be Cheney inbounding under the basket. Frieden will look to get it in. Ball in her hands, now looking for options, running out of time, finds Inslee. Inslee nearly tipped it out of bounds, instead off the hands of Conrad, so it'll be a side out now for the Cardinals.
Good job.
Once again, it'll be Frieden looking to inbound it.
Good job by Conrad right there to get in the passing lane and break it up.
Ball in and illegal screen set by Cheney. Turns the ball over to the Spartans. First turnover of the half on the Cardinals, who were plagued by issues in the first.
Another turnover puts the ball back in the Spartans' court as they look to make it one, maybe even two possession game.
Downing taking the ball up for Collegiate, gets it across half court. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Spartans lead by 1. Into a cutting Herman. Herman lays it off the glass. Herman gets it to go. Another good find from Downing, who found her once again on the by 3. 23-20 the score.
She is 17 points up on the night.
Ball out to Block at the top of the key. Swung back out to Bat. Downing comes away with the steal. Downing tipped it away, and a foul in transition on Cheney. A shove in the back from Frieden. Spartan defense starting to wake up once again, coming away with a couple of steals.
Fouls are absolutely plaguing this Cheney team at this point, as Collegiate's going to get an opportunity to inbound, trying to put this game into, once again, a two-possession game.
Kaylee Villagomez tried to get the pass into Conrad, tipped out of bounds off the hands of Ayers.
Cheney at this point not really used to losing, and certainly not expecting to lose it at this point in the game, is going to start playing more aggressive.
Kaylee Villagomez gets the ball into Downing. As Downing will take it up for the Spartans, gets it across half court, dribbles off to her left. Now spinning, looking for options, still has the ball on the floor. Kicks it out to Conrad. Conrad hands it back off to Downing on the right side. Downing trying to dribble baseline. Blocking foul called on the floor on Cheney. I believe that's the third foul of the quarter on Cheney. It might be the fourth, though.
It will be the fourth of the night. Still 4 minutes and 27 seconds left in this quarter. Good opportunity for Collegiate to get points without the clock running.
Yeah, Aiden, that was the fourth on Cheney there, so one more, and the Spartans will go to the line. Turnez on the in-cut from Herman, and there's a foul, so the Spartans now will go to the line for 2 free throws. Turnez had a nice job to cut to the basket, and Herman found her. Turnez able to draw the foul. She'll go to the line for 2 on the shooting foul.
And now all Collegiate has to do is try and capitalize on these free throws. It's easier said than done, but this is a great opportunity to put it into a two-possession game and get some points without the clock running.
Turnez first free throw goes, and the Spartans now do lead by 2 possessions, up by 4, 24-20 the score. 4.5 minutes left in the third. McCormick checks into the game for Bat. Back into the game also is Reagan Black. As we said, Cheney's best shooter. They'll be looking for her for offensive production. Turnez second free throw rims out, and rebound into the hands momentarily of Hedstrom until it's tied up. The Spartans will get it on this end. Great effort on the offensive glass as the Spartans get it back, and Coach Heath is going to call a timeout to set up the Spartan offense to try to get what could be a 3 or 4 point possession.
And that's what I am talking about. This is a great offensive possession right here by Collegiate, turning the tide far into their favor, forcing all kinds of turnovers defensively. However, at this point, you still got to stay wary. You still got to keep up this momentum. Cheney can get hot really fast, as we saw in the first quarter. If they're averaging 17 points a quarter over the course of the season, this a 4-point difference is really nothing for them. So Collegiate has to stay diligent over the course of the rest of this game if they're gonna win.
Yeah, and the Spartans have come out with the initiative once again in the second half, just like they did in the first, led by defense and good cutting moves to the basket on offense. They've drawn a lot of fouls, too, this quarter, gotten Cheney in a bit of foul trouble. Spartans in the bonus now, and they have a chance to get a 3 or even 4 point possession on this end after the tie-up from Kaylee Villagomez.
Yeah, these Collegiate girls probably look more confident than they have all season so far. You know, they get dug into really bad holes. They start playing really carelessly. And I think that's kind of why we've stacked up so many turnovers. But in this game, they look confident, they look ready.
Downing gets the touch pass back to Downing. Downing was never able to get the shot away, though, on the pass from Herman. Good look, though, for the Spartans. Black has it on the other end in transition. One-handed pass to Ayers. Ayers fighting against a double team. Cut off. Herman fighting for it. Just got a little too handsy. Reach-in foul called. It'll be whistled, or it'll be assigned to Conrad. That's Conrad's first foul. Like you said, Aiden, Cheney's offense can kind of capitalize, get hot whenever they want to. You have to lock them down for as long as you can, because you know at some point they're going to find the shooting for him. Ayers was fouled on the three from Tatum Downing.
Tatum Downing was clearly thinking the same thing we were thinking. You can't let them start shooting or else it'll never stop. And she just got a little too aggressive on that block there.
Certainly not a foul you want there on the shooting three. So it'll be Ayers at the line for 3 free throws. First one now on the way. Got it to go.
Cheney has the opportunity to make it a 1-point game.
Second one now on the way from Ayers. Gets it to go. So Cheney now looking to convert all 3 at the free throw line after the first 2 makes from Ayers. Conrad checks out of the game. Third and final free throw on the way. Got it to go. So Cheney gets all 3 from the line to cut it down to a 1-point game. 24-23 your score. Spartans lead with just under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Downing near half court, dribbles off to her right. Met by Inslee on the right side. Fighting for options, and 5 seconds heavily guarded, called on Collegiate.
Cheney has the opportunity to take the advantage for the second time in this quarter. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left.
Momentum swinging back towards Ayers in the lane. Traveled with it as she tried to drive baseline and get the pass away. Spartans have a chance now to reset on the offensive end.
The momentum is sitting on the fence right now. Collegiate just has to knock it back in their court.
Turnez taking up the point for the Spartans. Gets it into Kaylee Villagomez, now to Turnez, back to the left side. Good high screen set by Herman. Turnez near half court. Swings it out to Downing. Downing looking for options, dribbles off to her right, trying to get around the defense, gives it off to Monahan on the right side, who will dribble baseline. Monahan, pass deflected out of bounds off of Monahan. It was tipped back off of her out of bounds. Cheney gets the ball right back.
Cheney getting the ball right back. That momentum still sits on the fence. Collegiate defense is going to decide where it decides to go.
3 minutes left in the third quarter. Spartans still lead by 1, 24-23. Ball on the baseline. Blocking foul called on the Spartans. It'll be on Kaylee Villagomez, as Chloe will check in for her sister. So one Villagomez in for another, as Kaylee Villagomez checks out with her third foul. Ball out top of the key to block, now to Inslee. Inslee kicks it to Ayers, pulls the 3, good.
She's been an offensive powerhouse for Cheney so far tonight, as she now picks up her 12th point.
Cheney gets back out in front by 2. Not unfamiliar territory, though, for the Spartans. They've been down a couple of times in this game and have been able to respond each and every time. Downing with the ball, tries to get it into Herman, finds her. Herman, mid-range shot, no good. Downing overran the rebound, and it goes into the hands of Block. Block kicks it back out to Inslee in transition.
Once again, it's going to be on Collegiate defense to try and control the pace of this game.
Inslee kicks it out to Black. Now Ayers, another 3 on the way, rattles out that time, and the Spartans were fortunate that it did. She had a good look at it, and it looked like it was about halfway down. Instead, Downing comes away with the rebound, and the Spartans have a chance to reset on offense. Downing with a good high screen set by Herman. Give and go, pick and roll. Gets it off now to Turnez. Turnez pulls the shot, no good, but a foul called on the floor. Not going to matter a whole lot, though. The Spartans are into the bonus, so rebound, and we'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, she was so open. She had the opportunity to dribble, set herself, take the shot, and Cheney just got way, way too over-aggressive.
Turnez with a chance to tie this game back up for Collegiate. Turnez first free throw misses long.
As we kind of see Tatum Downing coming to the bench complaining about a different foul that wasn't called, these Cheney girls are getting really, really aggressive as they're not really expecting or used to being down in a position like this. You kind of get desperate, start playing more aggressively.
Turnez second free throw goes, so Spartans cut the deficit to 1, 26-25. Now the score, 1:55 left in the third quarter. It'll be Black taking it up for the Cardinals. Kicks it back out to Frieden. Frieden in pass to Block. Block is fouled as she went up with it. Couldn't get the layup, but she'll go to the line for 2. Foul assessed to Monahan. So Block going to the line, first free throw on the way, no good.
Score stays stagnant. Cheney 26, Spartans 25.
And second free throw misses. Ball fought for on the rebound, out of bounds off the Cardinals. Spartans get it back. Ball was tipped around like a pinball there momentarily. Spartans will get it back.
This is, once again, Collegiate's opportunity to capitalize on offense.
Downing dribbling off to her right, tries to get the pass into Herman. Herman has to try to save it out of bounds, finds the hands, though, of Frieden. Ball back into the hands of the Cardinals. 3 taken on the way. Inslee in transition, no good. Rebound out to Turnez.
1 minute 25 left in the quarter. Collegiate has plenty of time to set up their offense.
Turnez takes the ball across half court for Collegiate. Gets a jump pass into Herman. Herman tries to find a cutting Monahan, deflected out of bounds off of Black, who tried to get into the passing lane. Checking back into the game now for the Cardinals will be Ayers, and checking out will be Inslee. Downing looking to get the ball in from the baseline, gets it off to Herman. Herman kicked out to Turnez, 3 on the way. Looked like it was on line, just missed it long.
On line, but long. From our angle, that looked perfect.
1 minute now left in the quarter. Cheney still up by 1, 26-25. Ball kicked out to Black, thought about the 3, instead dribbles in against Herman. Behind the back pass to Block, who gets it to go.
Man, like it or not, that was an impressive move right there. Behind the back of Julia Herman pass into number 15, who scores the floater.
Block gets it to go from about 7 feet. Spartans now trail by 3. Pass over the head of Chloe Villa-Gomez, turned over into the hands of Black. Black in transition. Herman fighting her. Gets forced to jump. Black will go to the line for 2 free throws on the shooting foul.
Cheney taking the opportunity, taking a big lead in this game so far. Cheney 28, Spartans 25.
Black's first free throw on the way, gets it to go. Kaylee Villa-Gomez will check out for Julia Herman. Dylan Heath probably looking to get Herman just a little bit of rest. She's played the lion's share of the minutes in this one, as she'll go to the bench for likely the final 33 seconds of the quarter. Until then, the Spartans are going to have to hold this lead where it is. Cheney looking to make it one more from the free throw line. Shot on the way, goes. So Cheney with their biggest lead of the night, up by 5, 30-25.
It's going to take a lot from the Spartans to come back at this point, but they still definitely have got the opportunity.
Spartans just have to keep hold of the ball right now, take care of it until the quarter break, where they can reset a little bit and get the offense back going. 22 seconds. Tatum Downing with the ball near the top of the key. Picks up her dribble, looking to get it to somebody. Finds Turnez on the right side of the court. Turnez picks up her dribble, looking for help. Finds Monahan. And 3-second violation on the Spartans, as Tatum Downing got caught just too long in the lane, and Coach Heath is not happy about it. Coach Heath is going to take a timeout to try to reset his team. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Spartans down by 2 possessions. Timeout was taken on the other end, correction by Sarah McCormick for the Cardinals, so she'll look to get her team one final look at the Yeah, a good shot to end the quarter.
You know, we talk about how just quickly this team can, Cheney can come back in this game, how quickly once they catch fire, they can make some really solid threes, really quick moves in transition, and it really only takes them 1 or 2 minutes to come back in this game, and they've gone on a really significant run at this point to put them to put the Spartans in the most difficult position they've been in since the start of the game.
Cheney will have 10.3 seconds to get off some kind of a shot here to end the quarter. Spartans only down by 2 possessions, but a field goal from the Cardinals could make it 3. 7 seconds left. Black with the ball in her hands, met by a double team out on the right side. Ball out to Inslee, now in on the high post, no good at the buzzer on the shot from Hedstrom. Quarter, Cheney leads 30-25. Spartans certainly still
trying to take the ball out of Cheney's court at this point. They've caught fire. Their shooting has been really consistent so far in the later parts of this quarter. They're finding that inside looks that they haven't been earlier. But part of that, I think, has a little bit to do with the fatigue of the Spartans at this point. You know, Cheney has such a deep bench that they can afford to constantly be rotating out players. Pretty much every chance they can get. No player has played full minutes so far, whereas you have players like Julia Herman, who are really the cornerstone for collegiate so far, who has played every single second of this game until she got pulled out right there, likely because Dylan saw the same problem we're seeing, where at one point in the game, your players are just going to get out-competed by the fresher ones.
Yeah, Aiden, and Cheney has just found a good job so far on defense to stop Julia Herman from getting the ball in this one in the second half. And it seems like the Spartans, like you said, that fatigue just getting to them a little bit. We've seen a couple of mental mistakes from the Spartans on the offensive end that has led to easy points for Cheney. 3 on the way by Ayers on the first possession of the fourth. No good. Rebound fought for underneath, and jump ball called. It'll go the Spartans' way on the possession arrow. So good defensive stand on the first possession for the Spartans. They'll now get a chance to cut this back to a 1-possession game as they are down by 5 right now. Downing with the ball, gets it across half court. Quickly picked up by Inslee. Downing dribbles off to her left from the spin. Gets it off to Conrad. Conrad forces the defender to jump. Instead gets it out to Kaylee Villagomez. Kaylee Villagomez, pass tipped, stolen away by Black. Black going to reset the offense instead of taking it in transition. Gets it out to Inslee. Inslee pulls the 3. Good. Big 3 made by Inslee in transition. 33-25. Now the advantage for Cheney.
This puts Cheney really far out, as Cheney has made 21 of the last 28 on threes.
And Turnez answers from behind the arc, so a big answer for the Spartans. 33-28 now the score. Spartans back down by 5 on the defensive end. Herman comes away with the block and gets it off to Turnez. Spartans staying alive in this one after the huge 3 from Maddie Turnez. 6:45 left in the game. Spartans down 33-28. Turnez with a bit of the high dribble, gets it away to Conrad. Conrad on the right side, dribbling against pressure. Quickly sealed off, tries to get the pass into Herman. Herman gets a defender to rise, puts up the shot, won't roll in, and the rebound is secured underneath by Hedstrom. Ball moved up to Ayers. Ayers gets around Conrad against Herman, lays it up, no good. Second chance, though, goes for Hedstrom.
Number 21, Hedstrom, returning in kind with some tall rebounds, just kind of outsizing these collegiate players.
Spartans had a chance underneath the basket to trim it to a 1-possession game. Instead, on the other side of the court, Cheney was able to get the layup to go to extend it back to a 3-possession game. 35-28 our score, as Herman is fouled on the high block on a push.
As it seemingly takes just so much effort to compete with Herman when you're 2 inches shorter, you got to compete hard.
Herman on a touch pass back down into Downing, who can't get the layup to go. Rebound fought for underneath. Bodies on the floor and jump ball called. Another good effort on the glass for the Spartans, but it's going to go Cheney's way on the possession.
5 minutes and 56 seconds left. Cheney 35, Spartans 28.
Yeah, Aiden, still plenty of time left in this game. Can't panic if you're the Spartans, but you have to get stops on the defensive end. Black with the ball, gets it out now to Ayers. Ayers kicks it back out to Black. She's been nullified in this second half from behind the arc. Spartans have done a good job of doing that. It's been a couple of other players, though, particularly Ainsley and Ayers, that have hurt them. Black puts up the three, no good on the high arcing shot. Rebound fought for underneath, and a foul called on the rebound on Cheney. Foul assessed to Inslee. Spartans will get it back. 5.5 minutes now left in the game. 35-28, the advantage for the Cardinals. Downing has the ball, gets it across half court, dribbles off to her right. Keeps the handle, keeps it on the floor now, picks it up. Fighting for options, nearly stripped away. Herman gets it in her hands, kicks it out to Turnez. Turnez on the left side. Gets around the screen, gets it off on the right side now to Downing. Downing cross-court pass to Conrad. Conrad, ball on the floor, and officials quick on their whistle to call the jump ball. It'll stay on this end with the Spartans.
Conrad frustrated. She's had a couple opportunities to take that three, but it's been quickly collapsed in on. She's just praying for her moment to get in the scoring column of this game.
Yeah, she's had a couple of good looks from three in the first half, just hasn't been able to get open, though, this half. Maddie Turnez drains the open two from the right elbow to cut it back down to 5. 35-30 our score. Maddie Turnez has come up big in this fourth quarter for the Spartans. Tips the pass away. Ball fought for underneath, and a foul called on Cheney. Foul called on Cheney as the Spartans had come away with the steal.
You said defensive stops, and Collegiate delivered. That's a couple of great defensive stops, forcing fouls. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. Cheney already has 3 fouls in the quarter.
That could be big as this game goes on, Aiden. If the Spartans are able to get into the bonus and get to the free throw line, we'll monitor it as it goes on. Turnez trying to get the ball into Villagomez. Villagomez, as a quick jump ball is called. The possession arrow favors the Cardinals. The officials have been quick to call that jump ball all night long. The crowd not happy with it, as the possession arrow will swing back to the Spartans. Cheney, though, will get this possession. 4.5 minutes left in the game. Cheney leads by 5. 35-30 the score. Spartans need to go on one more run here if they have a hope of getting back into this one. They've played an excellent game all night, but it's going to take a big effort to pull off the massive upset. Blocking foul called on the floor on Collegiate as they tried to seal off the baseline from Inslee. Villagomez called for the foul. That's her 4th, I believe. So Villagomez will have to be a little bit careful as this one continues on. 4 minutes left and 4 fouls on Kaylee Villagomez. Ball out to Inslee, now out to Ayers. Ayers takes the long two, no good off the back iron. Rebound fought for. Ayers gets her own, passes it off underneath the basket. Count the layup for McCormick.
Good give and go from the floor.
And quick timeout called by Dylan Heath as the Spartans are back down by 7 with 4 minutes left in the game. Like we said, still time left, but the Spartans have to get going.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point in the game, you still have plenty of time. You said it perfectly earlier by saying you really don't want to panic with this much time left in the game. Just leave that for the fans. You got lots of time to kind of go on one more run, try and get it to go. With how quickly the tide has been turning in this game, if you just get a 3 and then get that ball into Julia Herman a couple of times, just kind of run some well-executed plays, this game is not out of reach. As for Cheney, you got to get back in their heads. As soon as they start feeling that momentum, as soon as they start feeling like they can keep going and keep going, they will. So you got to fight hard and get back in this game, force Cheney to go back cold from behind the arc.
Yeah, it seems like the Spartans have done a good job of getting stops these past couple of possessions, though, Aiden. It's been on the glass that they've been hurt, especially that last time when Ayers was able to get her own rebound and dump it off to McCormick for the layup. So Spartans back down by 7 now, 37-30 the score, 4:08 left in the game. Spartans with possession, though, looking to cut this back down to a 2-possession game. Ball into the hands of Turnez. Turnez on the right side. Looking for the baseline, picks it up, looking for options now. Gets the pass into a cutting Herman. Herman lays it off. the glass and good. Herman with an easy 2 for the Spartans, cuts the lead back down to 5. 37-32 the score. Black with the ball top of the key. Kick back out to McCormick. Now Inslee on the left side. Inslee back out to Ayers, top of the key. Swung out to Black. Cheney looking to get the ball moved around the perimeter. Out to McCormick. McCormick on the in pass. Now layup is good. Hedstrom got it to go on a mismatch underneath.
Big mismatch. Kaylee Villagomez, as she just kind of, all she had to do was reach over and the block wasn't even there.
Yeah. Villagomez tried to go straight up, but there wasn't much she could do. Like you said, Aiden, big mismatch underneath. Reach-in foul called on the other side on Ayers, so that's the 4th team foul now on Cheney.
3 minutes and 21 seconds left. One more foul, and that'll put Collegiate in the bonus.
Collegiate still has time left in this one. 3:21, down by 7. Downing gets the ball into Herman. Herman lays it hard off the glass and in. Herman keeping the Spartans alive right now as the Spartans trail by 2 possessions. They're going to start to need stops, though. Cross-court pass to McCormick. McCormick tries to lay it up. No good, but a foul called on the shot. So McCormick will go to the line for 2 free throws. That's not really what the Spartans needed there as they trail by 5. Spartans needing outright stops. If McCormick can just make one of these, though, it would keep it a 2-possession game. If she makes both, though, it'll be 7 points in a 3-possession game. First one on the way, gets it to go. So that moves it up to a 6-point game, 40-34 the score. Crucial second free throw on the way for McCormick. Up and no good. Rims out. Rebound fought for underneath. And it's off of Julia Herman, going Cheney's way.
Certainly not what Collegiate wants at this point in the game, trailing by 6.
Cheney inbounding from under the basket. Ayers looking for options, able to find Inslee. Cheney rotates out for 3 and gets it to go, so it turns into a 4-point possession for the Cardinals, who now lead by 9. An absolute dagger to the hearts of the Spartans. Well, then Conrad, long 2 on the way, had her foot on the line, no good anyway. As Hope starting to run out on the Spartans, 2:42 left. They trail by 9, 43-34 the score. Ball in the corner, 3 on the way. Count another one for Ayers, who has made her last 2 from behind the arc. Cheney starting to salt this one away from the field. Downing gets it off to Conrad. Spartans are going to have to move quickly on offense. Ball into Herman. Herman puts up the shot, no good. And rebound goes out to Ayers. 2:12 left in it, 46-34 the score. Ayers with the ball and a timeout taken by Sarah McCormick. So good effort tonight for the Spartans. Looks like they're going to end up falling short. 2:08 left in it, 46-34 the score, but a great effort tonight by the Spartans as Cheney just caught fire down the stretch.
And it reminds me of one we called a bit earlier in the season where the boys went up against McPherson, and we all went into that game, you know, thinking we're going to play hard, we're going to get smashed. We're just going to clock in the 4th quarter. Boy, did they prove us wrong, leading through the vast majority of the first half and a solid quantity of this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and by all means, the most impressive game that the Spartans have played all year on both sides of the ball, especially on the defense. I mean, the Spartans in the first half especially just suffocated Cheney on the defensive side of things. In the end, though, it looks like Cheney's shooting is just going to get to be too much for the Spartans. There are 3 really good shooters on that court right now for Cheney, and 2 of them got hot late in the going, that being Inslee and Ayers. Quick shot block there for the Spartans as they come away with the steal. Quick pass into Herman. Herman fouled as she went up for it. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws, trying to cut the deficit back down to 10. 1:44 left. Cheney leads 46-34.
That'll be the 5th foul on Cheney so far, so that'll put Collegiate into the bonus for the next one.
Herman's free throw on the way, gets it to go. And now the second one up and rolls in. Shooter's touch. Herman gets it to go. 46-36 now the score. 1:40 left in the game. Black gets the pass away to Hedstrom, and a foul called on the floor on Collegiate. See who it's assigned to. It'll be on Conrad for a reach-in foul. So Cheney will inbound under the basket, 1:33 left in the game. Deep pass down court, finds the hands of McCormick. McCormick pulls the ball back out. Cheney looking to take a little bit of time out of the clock. Hedstrom with it, gets it back out to Inslee. Inslee swings it around to Ayers. Ayers tried to get the pass away. Herman steals it away. Now Downing in transition, lays it up. Count the basket with a foul. Downing gets it to go. She'll go to the line trying to convert the three-point play.
That'll be a 4-point play. Oh, 3, excuse me.
As Block will quickly sub into the game for Hedstrom, as Downing was fouled in transition on the basket and got the layup to go, so she'll go to the line trying to cut the deficit now to 7. Free throw no good. Rebound fought for and over the back, though, called on Monahan as she tried to go for the rebound. So ball back into the hands of the Cardinals, up by 8. Spartans did a good job to steal it away and get a good transition look that time, though. If they can get a couple more of those, might give themselves a bit of a fighting chance. They're going to institute a full court press. Easily broken by Ayers, moves it up to Inslee. Inslee met by a quick double team of Conrad and Turnez, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Conrad. There's a little bit of frustration that time.
1 minute and 4 seconds left in this game.
Inslee will go to the line for the bonus, shooting 2 free throws.
Looking to put the deficit back up into double digits.
Inslee trying to salt this game away from the line. First free throw good. Inslee now looking to make it a 4-possession game and all but end it. Free throw on the way. Good. So Cheney gets it back up to 10 points, 48-38 the score, minute 3 left in the game. Spartans trying to move quickly. Downing with the ball, tries to dribble to her right, quickly met by Inslee, picks up her dribble, gets it off to Herman. Herman takes the long 3, no good, missed everything. Rebound fought for out of bounds.
Good hustle.
Off of Cheney.
Hey, you know,
Or off of the Spartans, apologies.
I don't hate that move right there. Julia Herman, not the most consistent three-point shooter, but why not?
Conrad called for the foul. She's frustrated with it as it was a little bit of a ticky-tacky call. So it'll send Inslee to the line for 2 free throws. 46.9 seconds left, 48-38 the score. First free throw goes as the official talking to Coach Heath. Bit of a warning serve there to Coach Heath. Frustration setting in a little bit for the Spartans, but certainly a great game played all night for them. As second free throw rolls off for Cheney. Conrad now with the ball, 41 seconds left, gets it out to Downing. Downing trying to dribble the right side against the baseline, gets it into Herman. Herman mishandles the pass, and it's out of bounds off the Spartans. Yeah, but Aiden, you certainly have to feel like this was a great effort tonight for Collegiate. Really inspired effort. Just couldn't quite come away with the win. It usually takes a lot to pull off that kind of an upset. Being the 8 seed, going on the road in the first round, playing the 1 seed, and the Spartans were nearly able to do it. Just too much good shooting by Cheney.
Absolutely, Connor. I couldn't agree with you more in this situation.
14 seconds left, and a reach-in foul called on Julia Herman, as Cheney will likely have 2 more free throws to round out this game with 12 seconds left, 49-38 the score.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Going into this game, I kind of already said not expecting a whole lot, and Collegiate just really showed up, showed what can happen when you really just put it all on the line, go for broke, play as hard as you can, as they're going to sub in 12 seconds left. Their senior for the last time she will play for the Collegiate Spartans. She just started playing this year for the Collegiate girls basketball, made a big impact just by being there.
Yeah, Kaylee Villagomez gave a lot of effort all season long for the Spartans. Although she didn't have a whole lot of experience, she played her heart out every single game. Really gave a lot of effort, a good quality effort too, on rebounding, on defense, where she was really able to give good effort for the Spartans, as Herman's final shot misses off the mark, as the Spartans will come up short, but a valiant effort as the Substate semifinals at Chaparral on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you're Cheney, you're livid. You are absolutely livid. I mean, they went into this game expecting to kind of blow them out of the water, just doing an absolutely spectacular job, set up for a great start to the Substate tournament, and Collegiate really said, you know, you're going to have to struggle every single step of the way, and they really forced Cheney to play at their absolute best if they were going to win that game. If Cheney played nothing less but their best, if they missed just a couple more of those threes, Collegiate would have grabbed it right out from under them. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, and that's a great call. It took a really pretty inspired effort by Cheney to overcome the Spartans there in the second half, and if they wouldn't have had some of that shooting at the end, the Spartans likely would have come away victorious. Unfortunately, though, the Spartans come up just short, and that will bring an end to their season, but a great effort to end it nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, just to shout out, we had one senior on the team, and she had just come in and played basketball for the first time. This Collegiate team has so much left to improve on it next year and years beyond. Just graduating one senior whose first sport isn't basketball, that's really huge, and they showed tonight just how impressive they can be from now until into next season and seasons beyond that.
Yeah, that's something we've talked about as the season has gone on, is that the Spartans are kind of in that building process under Coach Heath, and he's done a really good job, got a couple of big wins this season over some quality opponents, especially in that mid-season tournament where they really played inspired basketball. They beat the 1 seed in that tournament, went to the semifinals, and almost won that game to advance to the finals of that mid-season tournament, but just had a couple of really good efforts that you can start to see this picture forming of a really competitive basketball team down the line for the Spartans.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Well, this being the final game and it being such a good one, I think we'll take it for player of the game, Aiden, if you would like.
I really, I would love to give it to the senior in this case, but with how stellar of a performance that Julia Herman had, I can't give it to anybody but her. 23 points on the night. She really just, carried her collegiate offense when they really needed it, making some really key plays.
I think Julia Herman was easily the best player on the court. Just to mix it up, though, I'll go with Maddie Turnez. She got some big shots when the Spartans absolutely needed them. A couple of answered threes, a couple of good mid-range shots for the Spartans. She set the tone in many ways tonight as well for Collegiate, so great effort from her as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and scoring way above her average with 9 points. She really just, took this as an opportunity to show what she could really do.
Yeah, really just about every Spartan punched above their weight class tonight for Collegiate, so great effort tonight. Unfortunately, the season has to come to an end after this great performance, but it was a great fight tonight as the Spartans were nearly able to knock off the 1-seeded Cheney Cardinals. Fortunately, though, that is not the end of our broadcasting season, as on Thursday night, after the victory for the guys, they will play against the Fredonia Hornets at 6 o'clock, and we'll be bringing you that game from Chaparral live here on the Collegiate Sports Network. So we hope you'll join us then. It was a fun game tonight. We are glad that we were able to come out here and call this one. We thank you for listening, and until Thursday night at 6 o'clock, for Aiden Myers, I'm Connor Schubach. Goodbye.